Alright, so I'm going to do a voiceover on this one. I had the GoPro in here with me while I was cutting and was talking about what I was doing, but I left the back open on it because it has the waterproof case, and as I wasn't paying attention, the lid was, the way it was like drooped down back there, it was vibrating against the mount, and you can hear me talking, but there's an annoying vibrating noise all at the same time. So I'm just going to do a voiceover on this one. But basically what we're doing here is I'm doing a second thin. This stuff is planted in 1998. This is a stand of slash pine timber. I got this video being in the cab with me, and I've also got some that I'm gonna put on the end of here, where I put the GoPro out there on the head and cut a little bit with it. But basically, it's a thick, man. It was thick. It was some good wood though. It was some really good wood come off of here. It was 22 acres, and we got 22 loads off of it, which usually we only get like a half a load per acre in a second thin, just because there's not enough there. And even though it was thin on the ground, the wood just weighed so good, it added up so well. We got 22 loads off of it, so that was good. It's still wet. We was having to mat this, and the skidder driver was having to mat his access and everything. Shovel the trees into the access. We got one good full day in here, and even with the skidder having to we worked 2 pieces a day. We worked 1 piece of a day and 1 full day in here. And on the day that we got a full day here, the skidder actually we moved 15 loads, and that's with 1 cutter, 1 skidder, and the 2 loaders. That was pretty good. Really, that was really good for second thinning, shoveling, and that was pretty good. But basically, we're doing like I said, a second thin. The down rows I wasn't really having to mat a whole bunch. You'll start seeing towards the end of the video, maybe you'll start seeing some water splash up, I think, if I'm remembering right, whenever I was cutting. But I can't keep. I mean, this was some good wood. This was some really, really good wood. It'd be nice to have just hundreds and hundreds of acres of this kind of timber to work in, because, man, we were making some wood in this stuff. If it was dry, we'd probably cut. Shoot, I wouldn't be scared to say we'd do 20 loads a day in something like that if it was dry. But anyway, doing the second thin, you still go into a 70 basal area. Doing a 70 basal area on a second thin, you're probably going to end up with I'm going to say you're probably going to end up around 150 stems to the acre, where in an average first thin, when you get done with it, you're leaving 225 or so. So you get a few more trees out of it on the second thin. But you get to watch the wrist, the FR50 head that's on this machine. Y'all can see it. You can see, in this kind of wood, like a Tiger Cat 5000 head, you'd probably only be getting 4 or 5 trees at a time in this. And I mean, this thing puts 6 of them in there like it's nothing. You really work them in there, you can get 8 or 9 if the bushes wasn't so bad. And it's got the full rotating wrist. I was talking about the wrist in it, or on the head here in a minute. It's the full 340 degree wrist, and this is the first machine we've ever had that's had a 340 degree wrist on it. Everything I've ever run before has just the standard like 30 degrees on it. It's not much at all. Like how far you saw the head rotated right there, it didn't even go that far. with, I mean, that all I've ever run. That's how they've been. I've prototyped a couple of heads for John Deere that had the 340 degree wrist on it, but actually owning the machine, this is the first one we've ever owned with the 340 degree wrist. I got a video coming up on just the head itself. The head is a prototype head, and I'll go over more of the details and stuff on it. But man, that thing is just, it is a beast, man. It is mean. It cuts, it holds so much wood. It's and the 340 degree wrist is just impressive. How much more you can do with it. But back to as I was saying, I remember talking about it in the video. The wrist, I cannot stress to people enough. I get asked this a few different times, and a lot of the old school guys will tell you, you don't need the 340 degree wrist. And technically, no, you don't really need the 340 degree wrist. But in my opinion, you limit yourself, even in a thinning application, if you do not have the 340 degree wrist. I've had that head now on that machine for almost 9 months, and the stuff that you can do with it to increase your production on the track cutter end. I mean, just like this right here, I'm tripping the wood. You can't do that with a regular thinning head. You'd have just threw them all over your cab. You know, or even if you went the other way, just like right here, I'm picking up this one that the skidder driver dropped whenever he was picking that bundle up to go build his mat. I'm setting still. I'm not tracking anywhere. Just drop down, grab it, and then boop, trip it back over there to the pile that I was just laying down for the skidder. You know, you can do stuff like you can see, you know, I done that because he's up there building his own mat, and he needed a little bit more wood. So instead of throwing those few pieces down in the down row in the pile that was laying right there underneath me, I just tripped it backwards to him, and you know he's going to back up there and grab those few pieces of wood and go put them in his mat, instead of having to me put it in the down row and then him go down there and get some and then pull up into it, or even me pulling up in the down row, in the access row, and throwing it on the other side of me, you know, throwing it away from the skidder, so to speak, and then him having to drive that much further off of his mat. You know, he'd have tore the ground up even more. Like right there when I tripped the wood to him, it's hard to see, but I mean, my butts were right there at his tops, so he wasn't having to, you know, really get off on the bare ground and tear the ground up. You know, I can keep the wood tripped back to him like that when we're building accesses to not hurt anything. The 340 degree wrist though, man, that is something, a track cutter. I don't think they should even offer a 30 degree wrist on a machine anymore. I'm that much sold on the 340 degree wrist. They are, I mean, yeah, they're expensive, but you think about the extra tracking that it saves the machine and everything else. I think it pays for itself in the long run. I really do. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all finish watching this cut or run. I'm gonna try and get some the GoPro clips off the head. I'm gonna get them added to the end of this clip. Make sure y'all subscribe. Share us around on Facebook. You know, tell you, like I was telling the other day, talk about it at work. Let people know at work about it. Let people know we're doing this. I want to keep as many people involved with this as possible. It's not so much a money thing. There, you know, I'm not making money. I just I want to expand people's views of logging. You know, I want them to see, one, that this is most days it's a fun way of making a living. 90% of the days that I go to work, I have fun. Logging to me is it's fun. I enjoy it. I'm a fourth generation logger, but it was kind of bred into me, I guess you'd say. But man, I mean, I really do. I truly love logging, and it's fun, and it's good money now too. It's some really good money for not having to have a college education and everything. I want to try and get people's interest piqued in joining the logging industry, becoming operators and stuff. We need people in our industry right now we need new people. We need to be teaching people. I also want to educate people on what we're doing, just like Tim O'Brien in the Cotton Top 3 channel. His main goal is to educate people about logging, and that we're not just out here destroying and killing all of the trees and all this, that, and the other. I mean, just like my operation right here, I'm a thinning operation. I'm coming through and taking the poor quality trees that are standing, the smaller trees, the deformed trees that are standing, and opening it up for the larger trees to grow and prosper, and just make do good, make good trees out of them and stuff. Where if you'd have just left that stand of timber there till you clear cut it, most of everything that I thin out of it would have already died, and that's material wasted. So I just especially with a thinning application, and even with clear cut, it's just a cycle. It's a big cycle. I want to get people interested in becoming into the logging industry, becoming operators and such. And I want to educate people on the logging industry of how we do things, what we're trying to accomplish. I'm gonna sound like I'm copying Tim O'Brien. It's one of the things, the SFI initiative. It's a tree for today, a tree for tomorrow. We manage the ground that we live off of. Work off of here, and it's not all just let's cut all the trees. It's we got to take care of the land and manage the timber that we have. It's not all about just let's go out and cut the world down. We're trying to help the timber grow, and wildlife. This like I'm going through here thinning. This opens this up to where more wildlife will come into this, because it won't be as thick now. It'll be easier for the wildlife to navigate through. Hunters will be able to come in here and enjoy this. And stuff like that. I guess I didn't like how the camera was facing there. But you'll be hunters will be able to come in and enjoy this opened up area for hunting purposes now, and new growth will come up where we've been through. The trash that we haul off from the set will be scattered up and down the down rows to help the trees grow. It'll be natural fertilization by scattering the bark and stuff back into the woods, and it rotting into the ground. It's just it's a very simple process, but it's a very complicated process at the same time. But anyway, I appreciate everyone for watching. I'm getting a kick out of this, man. I really enjoy doing the videos and stuff. If y'all enjoy the videos, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share us around on social media, and I thank y'all for watching. Without y'all, there wouldn't be a reason to keep doing these. guys.